Ode Osbourne versus Zarrukh Adashev. This is one where you're like, hold on, how is this kind of on the bottom of the? Okay, I don't know. Either way, the Jamaican sensation Ode Osbourne is fighting a kickboxer who has now turned MMA fighter Zarrukh Adashev, who in his last fight against Ryan Benoit, right? You got the French twang on it. He decimated the man's leg. He put his kickboxing to full display, and he said, I'm not messing around. I might not get the finish, but you're going to have to leave here on crutches or on a stretcher, however it goes. Ode Osbourne, he got a big win against a very talented prospect in CJ Vergara, right? A dude who's coming off of a win in his last fight, but he had to work for it. And I think that this matchup got made right here because Zarrukh Adashev is going to walk forward, let the hands and let the legs go, man. You know what I mean? Walk forward and impose his will. Ode Osbourne is much more of a counter striker. And we saw that on display when he fought Manel Kape. And it's counter striker versus counter striker. And they were just feigning, countering the counter, all that until Kape came up with the flying knee and put Ode Osbourne out of his consciousness. That was the first time Ode Osbourne had ever been knocked out, AJ. And since then, like I said, he got the CJ Vergara win. And he has vowed to get back to his finishing ways. He has 8 finishes in his 10 victories. So I think that he's kind of itching for that KO win. And what better way to do it against a dude who's literally a professional kickboxer before he joined the UFC? Zarrukh Adashev, AJ. 16-3 pro kickboxing records, 10 knockouts. And his only 2 losses have been against Tyson Nam, where he got knocked out pretty devastatingly, and Suma Derji. These are legit guys. But the big key here is that 3 of Adashev's 4 MMA victories, AJ, have come in Bellator. So what does that mean to you?
Man, it's not good on paper, but it is good to actually see he's getting in. He's getting with other organizations. He can see the lights. He's done the media days. He's gone through the whole back curtain, walking, all that stuff. So he's familiar. He's comfortable right there. Sure, it doesn't bode well on paper when the majority of your wins. Would you say 3 of his 4? What was it?
3 of the 4 victories are in Bellator.
On Bellator, 3 of the 4 victories in Bellator doesn't look the best because then you're basically still almost the guy making his UFC debut. Like you've had 1, so it's not like you have all this UFC experience. So it looks a little rough on paper, but I think it adds to his experience level going forward. You feel what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And I think the story of this fight is going to be the leg kicks, the calf kicks, right? If Adashev can beat up that lead leg of Ode Osbourne, there's going to be a lot of problems. However, there's one major discrepancy that's going to make it difficult for him to do that. Ode Osbourne has a 8-inch reach advantage, 73 inches to 65, and a 2-inch height advantage. So if Ode Osbourne arguably can hit Adashev in places where Adashev can't hit Osbourne back, then you could probably effectively dodge that leg kick to be able to give some offense over the top and then get back out of distance. The other thing, too, that a lot of people really don't realize is that Ode Osbourne, if he wants to take the fight to the mat, he can. He has legit wrestling chops, bro. Like, he's put it on display against a couple of different fighters. But at the end of the day, listen, I mean, he has an armbar victory in his last win. 4 of his finishes are via submission. He can get the job done here. I just think that when it comes down to striking, these are 2 master strikers, but 2 very vastly different methods of striking, right? Like I said, Adashev is the in-your-face, throwing the kicks, power. Osbourne is counter the counter, feint, slip, get in, get back out. He was able to effectively counter-strike Manel Kape before he got knocked out, like very effectively counter-strike Manel Kape. So if he can do that, and I honestly think Manel Kape, listen, this former Rising champion, this is a dude who he was there for a title shot, like as soon as he joined the UFC. That's legit, man. Adashev, you don't have the same MMA experience. These are just 2 different calibers. So I think that the person who has the most to lose here is Ode Osbourne, arguably. Would you agree here?
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. Ode Osbourne's on the hot seat. And the style of fighter that he is a very exciting, very flashy. Like you said, the counter-striking, he's looking, his head movement, he's bobbing in, coming in, striking in, then dipping right back out. Can be dangerous against a guy who's willing to throw those leg kicks. And the next thing you know, you're looking for a leg kick, comes up high with one, catches you in the head. Yeah. So there's styles to this one I like. It seems on paper a little bit more favorable to Ode Osbourne, but Zarrukh Adashev, he's there, man. He's a dog. He can get things done.
He can absolutely get things done. Now, this is an interesting stat between both of these fighters, right? So 3 of the 4 career losses of an Ode Osbourne has been via finish. So he's kind of that all or nothing guy, right? Like if he's going to lose, he's going to lose. Zarrukh Adashev has lost one time in each way possible: knockout, submission, and decision. So you got to think, for him, you've seen it all. You've lost every way you can lose. Now it's time to win. Now it's time to go out there and get the victory. However, you're a plus 140 underdog with the minus 165 comeback for Ode Osbourne. So easier said than done. Let's talk props here. If Ode Osbourne can stay at distance, keep his range, hit Adashev where he can't be hit, I think this is easy pickings for him. If Adashev can impose his will in that tiny cage, walk forward and, crowd Ode Osbourne and don't let him counterstrike, could be dangerous. So let's talk about the props here, AJ. Ode Osbourne for a TKO is plus 250, decision plus 215. Zarrukh Adashev for a TKO plus 475, decision plus 300. What do you think there?
Ooh, I like the decision a lot more, man. Adashev is very comfortable winning a point fight, at least on that side. But for that Ode Osbourne TKO, that's looking a little bit better, at least for your side of the thing as well, man. Yeah. But if you're going Adashev, the decision, that's, I think, the most lucrative. It's better than the plus 140 you're getting on the money line.
You're right, and I do agree that I think Ode Osbourne is going to be able to set Adashev up for a finish. I am taking the under on the 2.5 rounds, and I am rolling with that plus 250 prop for a TKO for Ode Osbourne. This is a dude who came into the UFC because of his finishing capacities. I think he's looking to get right back there. Honestly, I mean, this last fight against CJ Vergara, this was the second decision victory of his career. So, I mean, this is a dude who's not normally decisioning people like that. And even though Adashev is pro kickboxer, this is southpaw versus southpaw. This is going to be a clunky matchup for both of these guys. But who did it more recently? Oh, it was Ode Osbourne versus Manel Kape, one of the highest level strikers in the division. So I like Osbourne here. I think this is going to be a very fun fight, and this has violence written all over it.